What's going on YouTube? Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. So today we're going to take a look at Gamdias' Zeus P2 optical gaming mouse. We're going to cover what's good, what's not so good, and how it can be improved. So let's take a look at that coming up. So welcome back, guys. It's been quite a while since I last put out a video, and the reason has been because I have not been feeling well, and you probably sound all nasally and stuff, but it's a lot better today than it was for the last week. So let me do a quick unboxing here. I've already obviously reviewed this and already opened this, but I wanted to show you guys how it comes in the packaging. It's pretty straightforward, just one little pull out there and boom, you got the mouse out here. So first things first, what I do want to commend Gamdias on is that this mouse is actually very ergonomic, and the way that it fits in my hand, it's very comfortable to move it around. There is absolutely no issue with the way it's designed. I like the fact that they included rubber textured grips on both sides of it, which also makes it pretty comfortable to hold. This one sports a dual layer RGB implementation, so one line going on the bottom and then you've got one line going on the top, both which add a very, very nice touch to it. On the top of the mouse you get the glowing Gamdias logo, which actually, believe it or not, is the brightest part of this mouse with the RGB implementation. Now there are a total of 8 buttons on this. While it doesn't look like it, there's 2 on this side, you've got 3 on the top, 2 over here obviously, and then the click button for the mouse scroll wheel as well. And you can customize each one to do whatever functionality you want, although I can't imagine why people would want to use this for anything other than just normal clicking and right clicking, right? So in reality, you've got probably 6 buttons that you can go ahead and program to the way you want. Now, this mouse has a 1000 Hz refresh rate, which means that it's extremely smooth when scrolling across the screen. It goes up to 16,000 DPI, guys. That's insanely huge. I can't imagine ever having to use a DPI setting of that sensitive unless you're on like a, I don't know, 100-inch screen or something, or to zoom across the other side. That's the only practical application that I could see that would basically be used by this mouse. Now, the cord that they include with it is, you know, your typical gaming kind of accessory cord. It's got a nice braided feel to it. It's actually pretty nice. I wouldn't say that this is anything bad. Now, here's where my gripes start to come in with this mouse. The cable is so good, quality-wise, or it's so much more stiffer and heavier that it actually drags the mouse around. And that leads into part 2. Because the cable is so stiff, this mouse actually doesn't have a lot of significant weight to it. And I wish that they had included a weight set with it. So Gamdias, if you guys want to improve the Zeus line of mouse, consider including weight sets with this like you guys do with your Hades set, because that'll make the mouse more heavy and make it a little bit more easier to move around. Now, the other thing that I wanted to comment on is that the RGB on the box definitely looks a lot brighter than it actually is outside the box. Now, it doesn't mean that the RGB doesn't do what it says it's going to do. You can use the Hera software, which is something that Gamdias has, just like all other, you know, gaming peripheral manufacturers. They have their own software to tweak RGB and stuff like that. So Gamdias has their own, and it's called Hera. Now, Hera lets you go ahead and customize all the different settings that you want. If you want it to be static, if you want it to have a breathing effect, you know, those typical different kinds of effects, or even like a rainbow effect that's kind of like circular. So overall, it's not bad looking at all, but to really have the colors pop on this, you have to be in a very dark lit environment. And so the clips that I've been showing you guys of this actual mouse with the RGB was in this room purely blacked out in a way, with the exception of just the LEDs in the back. So there were no lights, and that's the brightness that it was peaking at. In a bright lit environment, it's not going to shine so much. The thing that does shine, however, really well is this. So that tells me that they have the capability to make this shine a lot more if they want to, and I think they just need to go ahead and revisit their engineering and see if they can get it to look as nice as it does on the box. And one also worthy thing to mention here is the scroll wheel doesn't actually glow like the way it does in the picture. And you know, the picture makes it look like there's an LED right in there, and unfortunately there isn't. But that's not to say, like, overall I'm still pretty impressed with the quality of the mouse, the different features that they bring to the table. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, whenever I review Gamdias stuff, I always mention that they're like a mid-level gaming manufacturer or accessory manufacturer, and they, you know, tend to bring more innovative ideas. So they bring new things, like with the Hermes P3 keyboard, they had the world's shortest switches, they give you the quickest response time. Stuff like that is what Gamdias is really known for doing. And I like to see, you know, medium-sized companies like Gamdias go and give Corsair and all these other guys, Cooler Master, a big run for their money, because you got to keep the big guys on their toes, otherwise they're not going to innovate either, right? So with that being said, is this worth $69.99? Now that is the price that Gamdias is asking for this mouse. They're asking for $70. Frankly, I think it's a little bit overpriced at 70 bucks. I would think that it should be around the 50 buck area, that would be the sweet spot for this, only because at $70 there's a lot more different options where they will have the weight sets included in there, or they will have better RGB implementation. So with that being said, I wouldn't recommend someone to buy this at $70, but if you get it on a sale, you should not hold up and wait to buy this. This is definitely worth your purchase. It's definitely worth your money. For people who are not full-on hardcore PC gamers, this is a great way to segment yourself into that market and try and transition into getting into hardcore gaming, or whatever it is that you guys are looking to do. The sensitivity, the quality, everything about this mouse, it's just awesome. So I would definitely consider this seriously if I was in the market to purchase a new mouse for my computer. Well guys, that pretty much brings me to the end of this video. What do you guys think about Gamdias' Zeus P2? Is this something that you guys would consider buying? Is this something that you've used in the past before, or you're interested in buying? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you're new to my channel, do consider subscribing because it definitely helps this channel grow. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button like I mentioned, and until then, I will see you guys on my next video, so peace out, folks.